Hi, welcome back. Let's go up to Pocono Downs and take a look at a Pennsylvania Sire Stakes race for 2-year-old trotting fillies. The 4-5 favorite was Caviar for the Lady, or Caviar for the Lady. Here's the call from our own James, who with the horses went up north to make this call.
And they're off. Celebrity Blue Eyes began poorly. From the center of the track, S.J.'s Minolta and Valeris both show speed. They're joined at the cones by Caviar for the Lady. Into the first turn, it's S.J.'s Minolta by 3 parts of a length, pressed along by Valeris on the outside, and those two are tracked by Caviar for the Lady. Cantab Did It has settled in mid-pack, 4.5 lengths off the lead. Alongside of her is Highland Ridge. Then it's a separation of 2 to Rusty Centerfold, and 3 away last is Celebrity Blue Eyes. The opening quarter was 28-4. They come past us for the first time, and it's S.J.'s Minolta in front by 1.5 lengths from Valeris in the pocket spot. A gap of 1 3/4 more to 4-5 favorite Caviar for the Lady. 2 lengths farther back to Cantab Did It. She's 5.5 off the lead. Highland Ridge is 7.5 adrift. Rusty Centerfold is 9 from the front, and it's still a separation of 4.5 to trailer Celebrity Blue Eyes. Into the clubhouse turn, it's S.J.'s Minolta. Unchallenged thus far, Valeris is sitting the pocket spot, and Caviar for the Lady is in no hurry whatsoever through a half mile of 58 seconds. Up the backstretch, S.J.'s Minolta leads 1.5 lengths, and here comes Caviar for the Lady up the outside, and Caviar for the Lady forges to the front with 3/8 to go. S.J.'s Minolta is back to second. Cantab Did It is off cover now, and S.J.'s Minolta made a break in stride. S.J.'s Minolta off stride with 5/16 to go. Caviar for the Lady is now clear 3 lengths from Cantab Did It, and Highland Ridge moves up into the third spot. Valeris is 5 off the lead. Rusty Centerfold to the outside. 3/4 in 1:27-2. They're approaching the top of the stretch, and it's Caviar for the Lady, but she'll have to deal with Highland Ridge in the final 1/8 of a mile. It's Caviar for the Lady, 3 parts of a length. Highland Ridge is closing in. They've drawn off by 8 from Valeris, then Rusty Centerfold, and Celebrity Blue Eyes on the grandstand side. Caviar for the Lady under strong urging. Highland Ridge very tight.
Caviar for the Lady did indeed win, but certainly not the way you want a 4-5 shot to win. She hung on the win by the smallest of noses to edge Highland Ridge with Valeris third in 1:57-2. In another Pennsylvania Sire Stakes baby race, Broadway Schooner was the 3-5 favorite, with Missy's Doubtfire and Celebrity Juliet the co-second choices at 3-1. Celebrity Juliet with a perfect drive from Tim Tetrick got up to win in 1:57-2 over Timeless Winner 2, with Missy's Doubtfire third. Broadway Schooner, the 3-5 chalk, was nowhere to be found.
Now back to Harris Chester for the big day. More action here. Battle of Brandywine. Consolation won the purse $200,000. Major General, the 2-1 favorite with Andy Miller. Co-second choices Riggins with Brian Sears and Lone Star Legend with Ron Pierce. Let's watch.
And it's Riggins by 3 parts of a length. Lone Star Legend inches closer on the outside. 3/4, 1:22-1. They're midway around the far turn, and it's Riggins by a diminishing neck. Lone Star Legend at his throat latch, and Moonbeam slingshots 3 wide. Moonbeam by a half length, and Riggins is fighting back at the inside. 1/8 of a mile to go in the Brandywine Consolation, and it's Moonbeam by 3 parts of a length. Riggins is fading. Major General in the open stretch, then a Tokyo with Idle Hour. Moonbeam in the final strides with Major General. Moonbeam wins.
Moonbeam and Yannick Gingras win this one by half a length at 8-1. Major General comes up the passing lane with Andy Miller for second, and third Riggins with Brian Sears. 1:51 ties a lifetime best for Moonbeam. On to the consolation one for the Colonial here. The purse also $200,000. Pine After Pine, the 6-5 favorite. DiMangio, second choice with Brian Sears. Oh So White, third choice with Andy Miller. Here's the call.
Oh So White is stalking the pace setters. He's 4.5 from the lead. Atomic Hall is next to 2 clear of Stolen Identity. It's 2.5 more to Lucky Jim, and 2.5 away last is Awesome Wonder. Into the bridge turn, it's Pine After Pine by 1.5 lengths. He cleared easily from DiMangio, and Oh So White is uncovered past the half in 57-4. Across the bridge and onto the backstretch, it's Pine After Pine by a neck as Oh So White draws alongside, and Oh So White pokes a nose in front with 3/8 to go. Atomic Hall is second over. DiMangio is locked in. Nautical Notion is some 4 lengths adrift with 5/16 to go. Still 2.5 farther to Stolen Identity, then Lucky Jim, and 4 away to Awesome Wonder, who has been outmatched. Into the far turn, Pine After Pine reclaims the lead, but Oh So White is still right there. 3/4 in 1:20. 26. They're midway around the far turn. Pine after Pine at the inside. Oh so wide on the outside. Their heads apart for the lead. And Atomic Hall is looming 3 wide. DiMangio is waiting for the open stretch. Then Nautical Notion. He needs Racing Reese 3 off the lead. And it's Pine after Pine by a length and a half at the 150. Pine after Pine at Atomic Hall is giving chase. Stolen Identity with late trot on the grandstand slide. Pine after Pine dinging it. Pine after Pine.
Pine after Pine and Ron Pierce hold on by just ahead here. Stolen Identity and Steve Smith 13-1. Close from 6th top of the stretch. And Atomic Hall, Eric Goodell 10-1. Time of the mile 1:56.1. On to the Valley Fords, a consolation for 3-year-old pacing fillies, a purse $150,000. A&G's Confusion sent off the favorite with Brian Sears. Second choice, Ideal Nectarine at 4-1. Dayplo 9-2 with up front Beth Ann. Here's the call.
Okay, here they pass us for the first time. Ideal Nectarine. Johnny Gingra has the lead by a length and a quarter, and here comes a big rush with Brian Sears on the outside and A&G's Confusion, the favorite up to challenge at the turn, with a J.K. Majorette racing in the 3rd spot. As they round that clubhouse turn, pacing 4th is Pavla Hanover, a gap of a length and a half, and up on the outside, there goes Dragon Fest, and Andy Miller is on the move as they straighten away down the backstretch. The half was in 55-2.
Yeah, A&G's Confusion backed it down a bit. Ideal Nectarine in the pocket right now for Yannick Gingras. Interested to see her there. She's usually a closer. And here comes Dragonfest with a first over move up the backstretch. 5/16 to go, Dave.
A&G's Confusion on the inside trying to hang on. The favorite at 4-5 has the lead by 3 parts of a length. But here comes Dragonfest on the outside with Andy Miller to challenge. At the inside and trapped is Ideal Nectarine, who's 3rd at this point by a head. And Cheyenne Trish with John Campbell swings to the outside for the drive as they straighten away in the stretch. A&G's Confusion on the inside, now toward the inside. Here comes Ideal Nectarine at the cones. It's A&G's Confusion. The favorite leads it. Here comes Cheyenne Trish at the inside. Ideal Nectarine, too tight to call.
A&G's Confusion 4-5 favorite wins here with Brian Sears. Ideal Nectarine, Yannick Gingras 2nd. Cheyenne Trish and John Campbell 3rd. Time of the mile 1:52.2. On to the Battle of Brandywine. Consolation 2 for $100,000. Liz Deo, the heavy 1-5 post-time favorite with Kim Tetrick. Trade editor, second choice at 9-1. Liz Deo had the lead top of the stretch as they turned for home. Meant to Be Me, who was 3rd on the cones, never left the wood till the stretch. Had enough pace to get by Liz Deo and win at 19-1. Keystone Nautilus, who trailed to the 3/4, closed at 27-3 to get up for 3rd. 1:51.1 is a seasonal best. The Colonial Consolation 2 for Trotters, purse $100,000. Velocity Hall sent off the post-time favorite with John Campbell. Surtees Hanover 9-2 second choice. Surtees Hanover, who had the lead from the 3/8, was beat mid-stretch by a pocket-sitting NF Rivertown. Skad's winner first over from the half held on for 3rd. Velocity Hanover, the favorite, made a costly break at the start of the race and was out of it. NF Rivertown and Tim Tetrick win. Surtees Hanover and Andy Miller for 2nd. Skad's winner and Dan Dubé 23-1 up for 3rd. Time of the mile 1:56.3. On to the Valley Forge. Consolation 2 for 3-year-old pacing fillies. $75,000 on the line. Happy Dreamer, the 6-5 favorite with Andy Miller. Second choice, Miss Scarlet with Brian Sears. At the top of the stretch, Happy Dreamer begins to tire. Miss Scarlet tips 3 wide off stale cover. Loving Caroline follows her in deep stretch. Eric Goodell gets up half a length over Brian Sears and Miss Scarlet. First is Loving Caroline. Eric Goodell 11-1 here. Second, Miss Scarlet, Brian Sears. Third, McArts and Crafts, Tom Jackson, after sitting a pocket trip, comes up the passing lane. 1:52.2, a new lifetime mark for Loving Caroline. Steve.
That was a mouthful, wasn't it?
That was a lot.
Stay with us when we come back. More exciting fast action and also our final comments. Please stay with us.